This is Michael Corrado for Real Time with IPC. With me is John Coonrod, Market Development Engineer for Rogers Corporation. John, welcome.
Thank you.
Well, John, what brings you out to the Midwest show?
Well, I'm going to be presenting a paper here, and I'm also going to be in our booth that's just behind us and talking to customers, and it's actually a good opportunity to get out and talk to customers.
What's the subject matter of your paper?
Yeah, the paper is actually regarding new developments in high-frequency laminates, and it's actually it's more of a case study of a learning curve of how we brought a new material to the market and the different things that we considered. And there's actually a long list of things to think about when bringing a new circuit materials to the PCB industry.
Can you expound upon some of those?
Certainly. Actually, the PCB market and the industry in general, as you're aware, is a long history. It's very well defined, and same with the circuit materials. They're very well defined, and to bring a new material into the PCB industry, there's many things to consider. So the presentation I'm going to be giving tomorrow actually is going to kind of break down a learning curve of the different things that we consider when trying to bring a new material to the market. And I broke up the paper in 3 different categories. First category is just a materials overview of properties, some of the critical properties related to circuit fabrication, sometimes OEMs. And next category was more thermal, relating more toward some of the thermal processes that you get in PCB fabrication, lamination, solder, things like that. And then the last category is more electrical. And that's an emphasis on some of the more demanding electrical issues that are coming up more recently with high-speed digital. So it's kind of an overview of how we brought a new material to the market and tried to still have a material that will achieve all the benefits that, that the PCB industry expects over the years, but then have these new benefits of halogen-free material and also meet the aspects of PCB fabrication.
Well, speaking of PCB fabrication for your customer base and bringing a new material to market, what types of challenges do you expect the fabricator to face with respect to processing? Maybe let's take lamination, drilling.
Right. Sure.
What things have to be changed to enable this material to provide the quality you need? Right.
Yeah. Actually, the material that that I'll be talking about is really a halogen-free material, and there's been several halogen-free materials brought to the market. Most of the halogen-free materials are like any materials. When you do something to alter material, you give up some property. And in the past, halogen-free materials may struggle with thermal issues where they may not be able to go through multiple laminations or multiple lead-free soldering, things like that. And the paper described some of the things we went through to ensure that that would be pretty robust. So some of the issues now with circuit fabrication is some of the higher layer counts demand sequential lamination where you go through multiple lamination cycles. So the material has to be very thermally robust to handle those multiple lamination cycles. And then later, once you get it all laminated together, you need to assemble it. So you have to go through lead-free soldering and sometimes multiple lead-free soldering. So some of the more demanding things for circuit fabrication at this point is probably more the multiple laminations for the high layer count and also the lead-free soldering that's definitely more demanding.
Well, that's very interesting. Now, from a standpoint of high-density interconnect, do you see this new material being utilized for that particular market segment? Right.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the market segments we've looked at. And in general, we're looking at the newer material to be targeting high-speed digital as a general topic, but the high-density interconnect is definitely part of that. And along with the high-speed or the high-density interconnect, you have very dense circuit patterns, of course, and you have to have pretty good peel strength. And some of the halogen-free materials over the years, they may be good at one thing and less good at the other, and sometimes peel strength could be an issue. But that's another thing in the paper we addressed as well. So yeah, it is intended to be used for the high-density interconnects as well.
Well, it sounds like a very thorough project to bring this product to market.
Yeah, I think so. And it's kind of interesting because there's so many things to really consider, and sometimes when a person looks at a copper-clad laminate, you think it's just copper and laminate, but there's actually a much longer story to it, and that's what the paper is intended to give a little more details on.
Now, is this material ready for market launch?
Yes, it was actually launched late last year, if I remember correctly, and, and we've had pretty good luck so far, and it seems like our sales are gaining, so overall it's been a good experience for us.
Well, it sounds exciting.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Thank you, John.
Okay, thank you very much.
With John Coonrod, Market Development Engineer for Rogers Corporation. This is Michael Coonrod for Real Time with IPC.